Okay, guys. We have our favorite boxer girl with the green gloves. This is a fan of hers that apparently fights a lot. She's from Dongbei. Dongbei is the region of China that used to be called Manchuria. So those people, they're almost like Russians. A lot of the Russian culture kind of filtered over. So our Dongbei girl is eating a lot of jabs to the face right now. Meili got to be careful though, right? Because you see that? Like a lucky hit. This girl obviously has force behind her punches. Oh, look at that. Swinging wildly. Her coach is now getting into it. Look at all those people watching from the school, man. This kickboxing school. Can't one of them be the refs? Why do you need the coach to be the cameraman and the ref, man? Because he gets too into the action. There you go. Stay far, please. Stay far. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Jab, exactly. Because she's not defending herself when she's punching. That's a common thing, right? That's a common thing when you're fighting people who aren't trained. They get carried away power generating and they don't defend when attacking. It's like standard. So, looks like it got clinched up. And he's also telling them to not clinch up. And 10 more seconds. Oh, getting wild, man. The boxing girl kind of lost her form a little bit. I mean, she still has angles, but man, she's gotten a lot sloppier. A lot sloppier. This is kind of one thing you got to be careful of, right? When you're taking on people untrained, you don't want to stoop down to their untrained level. It's tempting, but I think Meili lost a little bit too much of her skill. So let's watch this in slower motion. Obviously, the most important thing is that our Dongbei sister, her chin's all high, right? But obviously, she's got force behind those punches. See that? So Meili's doing the right thing, trying to find angles to go in and hit her in the face. Now, Meili's also a little bit scared. I mean, I would be scared too. Also, it's interesting that you can tell this girl's gotten into fights on the street because she knows how to jab, right? She's not just throwing haymakers, she's jabbing occasionally. She unfortunately hasn't learned to tuck her chin and flexion it. Flexion means put the chin towards the chest area. So, like here, for example, in this type of scramble, you could call it, where it gets almost to looking like hun hun chun, as they say in Chinese, that's where she, as in boxing girl, could have gotten knocked out because she sort of didn't keep her form, didn't keep her skill, right? She got emotional. So, look at the coach kind of reminding them, basically, to try to have a little bit of skill. And it's interesting too because I think, oh, that was a great jab. I think against this type of Dongbei Jie, this type of girl who might have scrapped on the street occasionally, maybe a Philly shell might work better. Because she's swinging a lot, right? If you can protect your chin and bait her to overextend, basically do what Mayweather does. Because her chin's all out and she's not defending herself, right? You get her emotional, get her to overextend, and you can sock her in the face, right? Or in the body. So, again, this is the place where the coach is telling them to stop clinching and also saying there's 10 seconds. Look at all these guys enjoying. So, you see, this is where kind of Meili loses her form. And in fact, she even walked into a forearm. And she definitely got hooked a little bit. So be careful, man. Oof. This is where in street fights, when it's not gloves, this type of like wild hands throwing might actually benefit the Dongbei Jie. So boxing girl would be at a disadvantage. Again, it's how you stay unemotional, right? You got to stay calculating. So some of you might wonder, why is this video in black and white? Well, the original video had way too much red because obviously in China, red is the color of their flag. So I just know because of the red, the YouTube algorithm is going to think it's BLOOD. And then I'm going to have to appeal the demonetization and then it's going to get remonetized, etc. I just don't want to deal with that. So for those of you wondering why I made it black and white, that's why. And on top of that, it makes it more transformative. So anyways, we will have more. Okay, guys, more to come. Talk to you very soon.